Yes, it's time once again for the Living Word. And the Salvation Army Band has provided a spirited start to this program with the march Beyond the Blue. In certain circles these days, it has become fashionable to try to prove there is no God. Or if there is a God, he's beyond man's reach or understanding. There are even some who would have us believe that God is dead. In the age of science, when so much of our existence has come into the understanding and under the control of man, it is not surprising that new powers should tend to blind us to the vast areas of ignorance and limitations which remain. Many are asking, what place has religious faith in a modern scientific world? Would the synthesis of life from chemicals invalidate God the Creator? These are some of the questions with which Dr. George Ross confronts his colleague, Dr. Peter Holmes, as they work together to advance the knowledge of biochemistry.
The night's still young. By the morning, who knows? No. 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 Sleep. Dream. Here's the dream worth dreaming. How long have I dreamed it? Since I was a young man like you. Your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. Didn't know I could quote scripture, did you, Holmes? Yes, I had the faith and the vision. Not your kind of faith, blind, unreasoning. You hear that, Doctor? No, by God, not your kind. Now, why would I invoke that name? God. You're the man who calls on God. But not here. Not in my laboratory. Not for 2 years. Not since the day we first met. Well, your qualifications are first rate. Your reasons for going into research are excellent. I believe you may be just the man we're looking for.
Thank you, Dr. Ross.
Now, Dr. Holmes, man is mastering the universe, from atoms to the farthest galaxies.
Biology, chemistry, all the related sciences.
Eventually, there'll be a total breakthrough. Not a single area the scientist doesn't know and control.
Not one, Doctor? Isn't that saying that man will finally learn how to create life?
Yes. Create life and conquer death.
I thought those two prerogatives were reserved for God.
You a religious man, Holmes?
Yes.
Are you now? You believe in God, believe that he's behind the atom, all that sort of thing?
I believe that, yes. And that everything on this earth and in these galaxies is maintained in its existence by God.
Well, well, well. My boy, you may have come to the wrong pew, so to speak. The genetic breakthrough may happen right here. I've pursued it, researched it, ever since I was a young man like you. And it's close. Close, do you hear? Now, you believe in God. I believe that in my laboratory, living cells will be created from dead matter. And then, where's your God? Can't answer that, can you?
I think I can, yes.
Don't bother. Answer me this. Are you afraid to put that God of yours under the microscope? Are you afraid of the truth? Because if you are, then you're no scientist, and I withdraw my offer.
I'm not afraid. I am a scientist, and I hope the offer stands.
Good. It does. You'll begin tomorrow.
Well, thank you again, Doctor.
Only, no more discussions about God's in his heaven, all's right with the world, huh? Well, it gets my dad done. Agreed?
Agreed.
Why doesn't it bother you?
Well, maybe because I'm not afraid. And maybe you are.
Oh, yes, you are afraid, my boy. Since that day, not one word about God running the universe. You don't want to hear my arguments, because you know that your own won't hold up. But what happens when you have to face the cold evidence in a test tube that man's knowledge writes off the existence of God and the necessity for God? You won't like that, will you, my friend? And then why have you stayed on here, working right beside me? You knew we were close to the breakthrough. Why didn't you run from the truth? Nearly 2 o'clock. This is the last one. Holmes? Holmes, we've done it. It's happened. Holmes! Wake up! Wake up, you fool! You believe in miracles? Well, there's one under that microscope.
Huh? I'm sorry.
Get to that microscope. We've done it. I have created life. Well? Well?
There isn't anything in here, Ross. I don't see a thing.
Maybe you don't want to see anything. But it was there, I tell you. The first flicker of life. All right, it died. But it was born. You don't want to believe me. You don't want it to be true. You'll say I'm tired. I imagined it.
You are tired, Ross. The way you're acting proves it.
You only work with me to prove me wrong. Now you're afraid I proved you wrong.
What are you talking about?
God.
Oh.
All right, let's say I imagined it. It's possible, I admit it. But tomorrow or the next day, it'll be real. It'll be true. And then what will happen to your God, Dr. Holmes? Man will be God.
Dr. Man has wanted to be God since he first drew breath. It started in Eden, but he's never succeeded.
Now he has. And there's no place for your God anymore.
I thought the ground rules around here stated that we weren't going to discuss my God.
Why did you obey the rules so well?
Well, because I knew you wanted to pull him down to our level, put boundaries around him, try to trap him under a lens.
And I've done it.
And because I knew I couldn't convince you that man's intellect, accomplishing what we're doing right here, is itself a gift of God.
Same pious old arguments. You still won't put God under a lens and find out that he isn't there.
But he is there. Whatever wonders the microscope reveals are his wonders.
If you could have seen life on that slide just now, you couldn't mouth those words anymore. Your God is finished.
If you're so sure of that, Why are you so angry?
I'm tired, that's all. I'm just tired.
Or could it be because somewhere in the depths of yourself you know that the marvels of science don't negate God at all? That they only emphasize him? That we won't disprove his existence by anything we may find in a test tube. All over again we'll prove his greatness.
Man's greatness. Man's. Once he can create life.
If God does allow us to create life, it simply means that he doesn't need to withhold anything from us, except our accountability to him.
Our what?
You heard me, Doctor. Think it over. It's late, Ross. Why don't we call it a day?
Let's call it a night. A long, long night.
Join us again, won't you, when we will seek to learn more of the living Word and of him who is, in very truth, the living Word. What do you really know about the world's bestseller? This free Bible correspondence course is yours just for the asking. Simply send a letter or postcard to The Living Word, care of this station. Do it today. Do it now.